Hello everybody! Today we are going to work on our picture family tree. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper. I chose the white paper, but you can choose brown and green construction paper if that's what you would like. A pencil to trace your hand and to draw out your tree. You need pictures of your family. Cut them out. Now as you can see, my pictures are slightly different sizes, and that's okay. That's really hard to see how even they are going to be when it's just on the computer before they get printed out. For me, because I chose the white paper, I need green and brown markers, and I need a fine tip black marker or a pen to write their names. And you need a glue stick and scissors so you can cut out your family pictures. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my tree. So, to create the stump, I'm going to trace my hand. And you can do this at home with your kids and your family to trace your hand. It's really kind of hard to see, I'm sorry. So there's my stump, there's my tree trunk, and then I'm going to create my tree leaves, the foliage. So, just oops. I wanted to go way down over here to encase all of my tree trunk. Okay, so I've got my branches and my trunk and all my foliage, my leaves. Okay, so now I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to color this so that way you guys don't have to sit there and watch me color it. Alright guys, so I have my tree colored, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my family to it. Alright, I'm going to start with my grandparents. Now, I had a picture of them together, so I left them together. Sadly, I don't have a picture of my other grandparents, but I have a picture of these guys. So I'm going to glue them onto my tree. And when I glue them on, I'm going to glue them towards the top of the tree, because for me, in this situation, they are like the top of my family. My family is going to grow down. Okay? So, I'm going to glue them towards the top of the tree. Okay? Now, these are my dad's parents. So, my dad and my mom, and I left these guys together too. Their picture is going to go right below them. Okay, because that's who they are. Now, if I had my mom's parents, I would put them on her side. Just so that way, if anybody was looking, they could see who they were related to. Okay? So I'm going to glue them down as well. Now, when I look at how close to put them, I want to look and make sure that I have space to write. Okay? Make sure I can write Grandma and Grandpa and Mom and Dad around their pictures. Okay? In the directions it says the top or the bottom. Sometimes it might be easier to write it on the side. It just kind of depends on where everything fits. Alright, so my mom and my dad had my brother and I. Okay? Now, these pictures are separate because we aren't married. We're siblings. So, I'm going to put my brother over here and me over here. Okay? I did that because my brother has children, so I have nieces and nephews. And it seems like there's more space to put my nieces and nephews over here than there is over here. Okay? It really does not matter which side you put your siblings on or around you. If you want to, you can put them in age order. That is fine. Okay, so my brother is going to go there. And I have some space below him to put his name. And I am going to go over here. Okay, and I have space to put my name. Now, I'm going to start with my side. A couple years ago, I got married. So I'm going to put my husband's picture next to mine, which is a really big size difference. But that way you can tell that we're married. Okay? And then I'm going to put my brother's wife next to him. Okay. I glued that onto my tree as well. Now, they had 3 kids. B, little girl is the oldest, so I'm going to put her on first. And these 3 I'm going to just kind of put on the tree over here. Okay, I'm going to make them fit kind of however they do fit, which is just fine. If you really don't want to put these in any sort of order, that is also just fine. You can just put them on the tree and say who they are. Okay? That's kind of the nice thing about doing crafts. Doing crafts for you, your craft, is you can do them however you like. So I have the oldest, the middle, and then the youngest. Okay? Now, that is all of my family on my parents' side. I have more family on my husband's side, but that would get complicated. So I just stuck with my side of the family. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine tip marker, or if you have a pen, that works too, and I'm going to write their names on my family tree. And then I'm also going to write my family tree across the bottom because that's where it fits. If yours fits across the top, do it across the top. Okay, wherever it fits. So I have my grandpa. I have my grandma. I have my mom and my dad. Okay, so you see I put grandma and grandpa on the top, but then I put mom and dad on the side. That's just how they fit. Okay, I have my brother, which is Billy, and then his wife, who's Gretchen. And same thing, they're not quite, I put Billy on the bottom and Gretchen on the top, but that's how they fit, so that's okay. However they fit works for you. And then I have B, Teddy, and Timmy. And then I have me, and I'm going to put my name. So that way as other people look at it, they can know all of the names. But I'm also going to put me in parentheses under my name, so they know whose family tree it is. So Katie, me underneath that, and then Adam, because that is my husband's name. Alright, so I have labeled all of my pictures on there, and at the bottom, I'm going to write my family tree, because like I said, that's where it fit. So, I have another marker. Good thing I have another marker, because this one doesn't, the wide tip doesn't really work. My family tree. Okay, so at the bottom I wrote my family tree. Now it is kind of hard to see the black over top of the brown, but I don't know that any other color would really work either. So unless you put it on a white piece of paper and glued that on as well, which you could do, it might be difficult to see. Okay, so there is my family tree. I hope you guys are able to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy.